Okay, YouTube has changed my life in the most extraordinary way. And I remember when I first picked up the camera in 2020. That was the lockdown year. Things were really, really tough. And there was something about being able to create some kind of content that was helpful to people, that really resonated with them, that somehow started resonating with me as well. And I think that might be one of the best decisions that I have made in my life. When I was a kid, my dad would take photos like all the time, and he'd make these little home movies. So I was kind of used to being in front of the camera, but also watching my dad create these little moving pictures. That was really, really awesome to watch back, and we'd watch them back all the time, even, up until my young adult life. And so there was something comforting, something familiar about seeing your life documented in a really intimate and personal way. So much of our modern world and experience is flooded by so much input, and there is something about being able to pick up a camera, film something really quickly, and curate a part of your life and capture that on film, to go back and look at again. I think there's something a little bit different, when you pick up your phone and you take a picture and you send it to social media for people to, look at and like and stuff. But it doesn't quite feel the same. When you're picking up a camera, an item that is intentionally and deliberately made for capturing of those moments, there's a type of intention that accompanies that. And that shows in the photos that you take, in the video that you shoot, in the way that you then edit it. There is a purposefulness to that, and I think that reads, and I think that's what people relate to. There are so many different types of video formats that I explore here on the channel, different types of genres. We went from sort of this instructional how-to videos all the way through to the vlogs, which we're doing right now. And I think the vlogs are my favorite because they are the rawest form of documentation for my life. It has been so incredible to capture people's birthday parties and capture little nights out and capture my genuine thoughts on certain things, and have that be received by a community that has been so incredibly supportive. And the community here on YouTube is very, very different to the ones on other platforms. I think social media, which I don't consider YouTube to be a part of necessarily, provides a very instant gratification space. YouTube is a little slower. YouTube is a little more intentional, a little more thought through, a little more deliberate. And so the audiences on YouTube become communities, they become safe spaces, they become family in a kind of way. And I can't tell you how much I have leaned on this community here on YouTube. Like it has been an honor and a privilege to be able to create content for all of you here on the channel. It's like, it is so worth it. In addition to this sort of community space, YouTube is also like a highly profitable space potentially. YouTube really invests in its creators. So it has the YouTube partnership program where you can literally just earn money from the videos that you upload onto YouTube. I've been lucky enough that I've been able to meet that criteria after uploading for a while. I think it took me about 2 years to get there, so it's been a lot of sort of consistent work, I guess, but well worth it. In addition to the partnership program, there are other sort of monetary opportunities. So in developing these videos for YouTube, there are a number of skills that you end up picking up on. So skills that you would just basically need to shoot a YouTube video. So how to work a camera and learning the sort of fine-tune things around exposure, around lighting, around all of those kind of production-based things. Editing is a huge part of YouTube and uploading these videos. So I've been able to turn those skills that I have effectively learned for YouTube into a business. I've managed to quit my full-time job. I no longer am employed, and I am now a full-time creative who works for themselves, and I've got a number of clients that I do film work for, editing work for, media work for. So if I didn't start this YouTube channel, there'd be none of those skills to monetize. And I think this is what makes YouTube so great, is that those skills are so high in demand that it's a great way to learn those skills, practice those skills, and then, you know, take that out into the big world and get paid for it. I think I was also really intent around learning filmmaking as a creative art form. I started producing my own little documentaries. Many of them are here on this channel, so you can go ahead and watch those if you want to. But also I've had work commissioned, documentary work commissioned, that I've done for clients, that I've done for NGOs, and it's been one of the most rewarding things for me to be able to work in a space that is somehow helping other people tell their stories, tell their narratives in the way that YouTube had allowed me to tell my own. The systems and structures of the world aren't really set up to facilitate becoming a creative. Most of the creatives that I know have somehow stumbled across it and tried to make it work in whatever context that they are in. Some went on to study it professionally, and others have sort of learned as they've gone along. If you think about, you know, school, that was a really tough time for me because I also didn't know what I wanted to do. My head was all over the place. I took such random subjects that it didn't really make sense. I eventually pursued drama and theatre performance at university, which kind of was interesting to me and shaped me in a very profound way. And I left that industry to work sort of behind the scenes in theatre productions. And I never thought I'd use those skills again until I started YouTube, and somehow all those performance skills were manifesting here. And I know so many creatives who have had backgrounds in a number of different areas, whether that be finance, whether they have expertise in the weather, I don't know, but they've somehow managed to funnel those expertise, those skills that they have into the channels that they create on YouTube. And that's been the most extraordinary thing, that there is a space for everyone here on the platform, and there is a community for you on YouTube. It has also made the world of difference to my self-esteem. Like, being able to pick up this camera and walk and vlog in public is huge. Being able to sit and be comfortable and talk to all of you and have an honest conversation with you has changed not only how I engage with audiences online, but has shifted how I've, you know, engaged with like my family and my friends. And I find myself to be a lot happier and a lot more confident since I've started this YouTube journey, which has been so incredible. So if you are thinking about starting YouTube, I would really encourage you to do that. It is the most rewarding thing you can do, to document your life, to create something that no one else can create. You are the only person who can create the videos that you can create, and I think that's what's so special about it. So yeah, go ahead and start creating your own things. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, who is Gender Dynamics. They are a non-profit organization who is based here in South Africa, who have been doing incredible work in the Southern African and African region to advance trans rights on the continent. They've done really incredible work for the trans community here in South Africa. They made it possible to change your gender marker. They made access to gender affirming healthcare possible. They've done incredible work in education to make those spaces more inclusive. And now JDX needs your help with their Rainbow Initiative. They are raising funds to help the trans community here in South Africa with a number of social and economic difficulties that they are facing. So alleviating things like homelessness, giving them access to education, giving them access to their basic legal documents, so things like their IDs, access to mental wellness support. So if you are able, head to the link in the description of this video and make a donation and help them who help and support us. Thank you so much, Gender Dynamics, for sponsoring this video. Friends, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all of you so much. And for those of you who are not already subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you are in the loop for when we upload more videos. And I'll see all of you in the next one. Ciao.